Young one.
Yes, Maria. Queen of the Abbey.
Queen of my heart. Sound of music pals. Music pals, what did you think of the music pals?
What a beautiful voice.
Amazing.
Young Daniel.
Wait, I gotta fade it out. Wait. Fade out. That
What
natural
a
fade
beautiful song.
out. Isn't that good? Hey everybody. That was this new hit by Rodgers and Hammerstein called "The Sound of Music Pals," and that sound is coming at you live right now. Woo! This is Music Pals. This is Music Pals, a podcast about musicals for our music pals. I'm Dan, your music noob.
I'm Katie, your music nerd.
Boom.
And this week we're just talking ourselves, and we're talking about the great, wonderful, wonderful jam called Sound of Music.
Another Raji Raj and Hammer Time.
Yeah, our second one.
Yeah.
We're bringing it.
Before we begin, though,
Okay.
a couple of things. Great news. Great news. Gavin DeGraw has a new song out.
Great news.
It's called "She Sets the City on Fire,"
Why did we need to know about
and
that?
it has the lyric, "She sets the world on fire, burns like a million lighters."
All right.
Not once, but twice in the song.
Well,
it's really good.
it's a good line.
It's really,
Someone's very
really
proud of
good.
that line.
You know, I think that Gavin DeGraw should feel as though he's made it because he's now doing duets with Andy Grammer. So I think
Well, I'm not really sure why we're hating on Gavin DeGraw so much on this podcast because he has
love-
nothing to
I
do
love
with
Gavin.
musicals.
I love Gavin DeGraw. Just wanted to make sure that the listeners at home knew about that. Obviously, I'm kidding. The exciting news is that 5Play was amazing.
So kind.
Some of you may have seen on our Twitter. Well, no, probably not, but because I just did it yesterday. But anyway, Katie was in an incredible self-written comedic musical play. She didn't write it all. She wrote much of it, 1/5 of it, perhaps. Yeah. With 4 other hilarious women, and it's called 5Play. And unfortunately, you can't see it.
You can't right now.
Maybe someday. But I was fortunate enough to go see it last night, and it was spectacular. Spectacular.
You're such a good friend.
It was
Thank
so
you, man.
good. I just get a little teaser for everyone. It's 5 white women up there.
Well,
And one of the hit songs from it is "Sorry We're All White."
we're sorry about it.
So, and it is as
We really do
hilarious as you
apologize.
think. Yeah. So if it comes back around, if you ever see 5Play,
Oh, you're so
should go
sweet.
see it. You
Yeah,
should
come
go
see
see it.
5Play.
it was awesome. Other big things happened in Chicago. Chicago Marathon.
Chicago
What's
Marathon.
going on? So while Katie is just knocking them dead at her own self-written musical, I am doing equally as exciting things. I forgot to go to an audition today. So
What was it
these are
for?
things- No, I didn't forget. I did forget, and then I remembered, and then it was 30 minutes away, and so I start driving, and everywhere I turn, it was like, no, you can't go here.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Chicago Marathon.
It was meant. You weren't meant to go.
No, and I just said, I'm good. I'm going to head home. But I did go see Cheers this week.
You did.
For anyone who is interested in Cheers, has ever seen Cheers, has any idea, if you ever have liked the theme song for Cheers, you should go see Cheers live.
You did?
It's so good.
Dan has
It's
been
so
keeping
good.
his opinions a secret, so I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh my God, it's so good. So what they did is they just did a couple of episodes, and like they picked
That already existed?
That already exists. They
Okay.
didn't do any new material.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how you wanted it. And
Yeah.
the stage, they set it up perfectly to look just like Cheers Bar. Girlfriend got me the tickets for my birthday, and it was an amazing gift.
Shout out to Liv.
That's right. Who was on our very second episode. Our
Grease.
first one with a guest.
TBT.
Boom. So anyway, Cheers is amazing. And that's what I've got for Chicago updates.
That's awesome.
I do have one more story that I wanted to tell you.
Please tell me.
Please, if we can.
Yeah, I'll take a little time out. You can go get a drink.
Yeah, if anyone just wants to tune away for this moment. No, so I was at Taco Bell the other day.
Yeah.
Love Taco Bell.
Yeah, me
One
too.
of my favorite places in the world.
Sponsor us, please. We love you.
Hey, T-Bell, hit us up. We could do a song, Musa Bells. Boom.
Yeah, we could write you a cute little funny jingle.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were at Taco Bell.
So we're at a Taco Bell, and I'm in line, and I'm kind of tired of driving. No one wants to be at a Taco Bell. Well, you're excited afterwards, but you don't want to be there.
Yeah, you want it like in your bed.
Yeah.
You don't want to be at a Taco Bell.
Exactly. Somehow you want a Taco Bell kitchen nearby you within walking distance without the stink and the sadness. But so the manager seemingly is ringing me up, and all of a sudden he just whips around and he goes, "Tiffany, what are you doing? She's a stuffer, not a steamer. You know what happens when you try to do both."
Tiffany!
I was like, he whipped back and looked at me to continue my order, and I just like, do you need me to leave?
Do you have a private conversation with Tiffany
It
coming
was
up?
amazing. It was amazing. And then like we continued our order. I finished my order, and then he turned back around and said, "You get overwhelmed," as if to finish his thought. Like in case
You know what happens, and he let her think about it.
in case you haven't yet come up with it, that's what.
And then he clarified it.
Yes. Oh, I know that has nothing to do with musicals, but it was such a delightful moment in my life. That
You
I
need
wanted
to
share
write
it
that
with everyone.
sketch.
It was so good.
And let me play Tiffany.
She's a stuffer, not a steamer.
I get overwhelmed, but I want to aspire to a promotion, okay?
Exactly. I really want to work harder. And with that, we can start the show.
With that,
so
so
let's,
excited to start talking about this. I cannot wait.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So tell me.
All right.
So tell me. What are your thoughts
My
in general about
thoughts-
Sound of Music?
Oh, it's so like lovely and romantic and beautiful, and the songs are amazing. I love the movie especially because Julie Andrews is just an angel sent from heaven
She
to
is
give
delightful.
us joy.
She is.
She's just so wonderful. Christopher Plummer is like so handsome.
Does he play the dad?
He's the captain.
The captain. Yeah.
And just like it's just so fun. It's so fun.
You know, that's surprising because I thought you were gonna hate it. I knew you were gonna love it.
The only musical I hate is Cats.
And we're gonna watch that soon.
No.
I hope.
And usually, I've watched this so many times in my life, and usually I stop after the wedding and turn it off after the wedding. I'm like,
See?
happy ending, goodbye.
And that's the end.
No more Nazis.
See, here's my thought, and I'm sure that this will be dispelled as soon as we get some nerd alert. But I'd like to think that this is the conversation that occurred. Rogers. That's what I call him now. And he goes,
Raji P.
Raji
I don't
P.
know why.
Okay, Raji P. He goes, hey, Hammer Time. I want to write a love story. It's going to be a delightful love story. A family in this countryside, in this vast, beautiful expanse of nature. They're going to go through some trials and tribulations, but it's all going to be good. And then Hammer Time was like, yeah, but also Nazis.
Hammer Time. Nazis.
Nah, Nazi. Oh, it seems like it was
Musicals
like
deal
amazing,
with real shit, dude.
but
Especially Rogers and
it
Hammerstein.
seemed
They're
like-
the dark boys.
But the Nazis were just tacked on. Like, oh, by the way, also Nazis.
Oh,
Are you cool with
By
that, guys?
the way, we're against Nazis. In case this is our big political statement, we don't like Nazis.
Why are there so many endings to this, and then also Nazis?
Yeah,
It's-
like the wedding is its own thing, and then it's like, oh, but P.S. we're running away from the Nazis.
and then also that's the
like
end.
that's fine, but also like Nerd Alert's gonna fix that.
I figured there's some reason why
Yeah.
Raji P and Hammerstein did it. But anyway,
Any huevos.
in general, I thought that was odd. 3 hours was a bit long.
It's a long time, but it's delightful.
It is a commitment that you have to make. I'll admit that I spaced it
It's a
out
lot of
between
your day.
days of this weekend. So it was Friday, I watched the first 45 minutes. Saturday, I watched a little bit. And then today, I watched the bulk of it. With all of that aside, I rather enjoyed it.
Yes.
I really kind of liked it. I found myself at a number of occasions just being like, oh, we're still doing this? But then like a couple minutes later, I'd be like, okay, all right, I'm okay with this. I'm
Full
hearing some
respect,
songs
Julie.
I learned. Yeah. And I knew some of the songs. Oh, actually, so this is the first musical that I remember. Admittedly, someone could listen to this and go, you're lying. But I think this is the first musical that I saw at my high school, and my high school was pretty widely known for, at least in Michigan, for doing musicals.
Cool.
And so this is kind of like the thing where I was like, oh, so this is a musical. So I'd seen this, but I didn't remember it. I was in 7th grade. So anyway, I liked it. I knew a lot of the songs, and I was singing along. And Jesus, that's the setting. The mountains and the you can't not enjoy that. It's like a freaking tourist film for Austria.
It is.
Come to Austria.
They legit have Sound of Music tours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I would go on one probably.
They're like, go to the Abbey and spin around on the hill.
That's when they were walking through the hills. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great day.
That is like a tight ass day.
Except for the only thing I take issue with. I love that it was done in Austria, and obviously with the Nazis, it had to be. What the HE double hockey sticks were they doing with their accents? No one even feigned an accent. And I guess I'm okay with
Julianne
that.
just has her delightful voice that's just
I am from anywhere.
Just she's just from freaking heaven. And then Christopher Plummer, who knows? The kids, definitely no one knows.
No, it's no, yeah, we're German. Don't worry about it.
Just shush your mouth.
It doesn't make any sense.
Shut your damn mouth.
I was like, can we not? We can't even get one German dude to just come in here and at least so the audience can be like, oh, so that's what they would sound like if the rest of them
isn't a Nazi German?
No.
No,
the kids sometimes kind of pretend to have German accents, and maybe even some of them do, but
I feel like the first day of rehearsal they were like, okay, we're in Germany, guys.
Keep in mind.
Keep that in mind, and then that's all they said the rest of the shoot.
And done.
And we have more important stuff to worry about.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about these
We have choreography
accents.
to worry about.
And actually, after Oklahoma, I think we learned with Ali Hakim, we learned the catastrophe that can occur with some people with some bad accents.
It's better just to talk how you normally talk.
That's true.
And suspend your disbelief and look at the scenery.
Yeah, I get it. It's also, though, that the German accent is such a delightful accent. It's delightfully disgusting. So? Yeah, it's horrible.
I don't think it would be, as pleasant of a movie.
No, it absolutely wouldn't.
If everyone had this harsh ass.
It would be like the movie.
But also, is an Austrian accent different than the German accent?
I don't think so. No.
P similar, right?
P similar. P is similar.
It's gonna be.
I feel like the only difference is it would be if this movie were run through a blender, so that with pebbles in it.
With pebbles.
And then you'd be like, okay, so now I've got that. Yeah. So that was weird, but I liked it. I did.
It doesn't matter.
I think amongst the musicals we've now seen, which they number nearly half a dozen.
Damn. Look at us.
Putting it second. Yeah.
I'm gonna make you a musical fan.
I really
Daniel.
liked it. I liked it.
Yes.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Look at you learning things.
And this was one of the first times where I was like, I want to see. Well, no, because Putnam as well, but. This was more stronger. I was like, I want to see this on stage. I feel like, because while the scenery was incredible, I don't know, you kind of would feel like a part of because they're doing all these chorus scenes.
Totally.
Anyway,
totally.
It was good. I liked it.
Oh, I'm so glad.
It was. I'd rather be watching Back to the Future or Star Wars, but we're on our way. Whoa, you were giving me an icy glare.
We're good. We'll get there.
All right. One quick thing I wanted to read. I don't know where this comes from, but really quickly, there's a description on the medium that I used to watch. Unfortunately, no Amazon trivia.
Oh man.
I know. But that's why we have Nerd Alert. Real quick, the description here just starts with the very first sentence. Maria is a failure as a nun.
Maria's a failure.
Maria sucks. First of all, let's get this out of the way. I hate Maria. And then things happen.
Maria's the villain of our story.
And also Nazis. Goodbye.
Worse than Nazis, we have Maria.
She is so bad at nunning. And I'm sick of it. Damn it.
Damn it, Maria.
I feel like the person who wrote this description, because admittedly it was not on a major brand that I watched this, just had a personal vendetta. I'm really upset about Maria's nunning. I need to get that out of my way. And then I'll write the rest of the description, because the rest is perfectly normal. All right, so time for the segment that I am eagerly anticipating, I think.
Let's
Ready?
do it.
3, 2, 1.
Nerd Alert. Let's do it.
Go for it.
Okay.
Shall we go for it?
We've got go for it. That was offensive.
Well, I don't think it was offensive because it wasn't.
Yeah,
any
we don't
accent.
know. You don't know whose accent we're doing.
In no way any accent.
It's just like a weird fun bit that we did. Don't at me, okay?
All right.
Twitter. Okay, so gonna start off talking about the musical a little bit, and then we'll move to the movie.
All right.
Okay, so we got ourselves another Rodgers and Hammerstein musical.
Yep.
We talked about that.
Raji P.
The
and
original.
Hamilton.
Our boys. And so the musical's book by Howard Lindsay and Russell Cruz. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
So they're all 4 guys writing this musical.
Oh.
That's a lot of people writing a musical.
Yeah.
So, but it's based on a true story.
Oh.
That's why they have to have Nazis, because this was a real family.
No
Maria was a
way.
real lady. The captain was real. The kids were real. They were really the singing Von Trapp family, like
What?
Von Trapp family singers. Yeah, it was real. And then the dad was like really courted by the Nazis to like come
Whoa.
because he knew a lot about submarines and they wanted his help making U-boats and like
That's so cool.
yeah.
So this was, man,
Yeah.
I love some historical fiction. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
This is some tight stuff. So they had to have Nazis because it was like the real story of the family.
All right, I stand corrected. Hammer time.
There's some minor differences, like the dad like wasn't like distant and sad
Oh.
before Maria came. Like he was a good dad. And Uncle Max wasn't a real person in their lives.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like their priest was their music director.
Oh. Do you think that the dad, when he saw the musical, was like, guys,
Come on.
I'm not this much of a dick? Like, what do you think?
I mean, he turns into a nice man. And I think it
He
just
does.
like story wise,
He
like
does.
Maria has to like awaken
yeah, that's true.
like save them.
Break open his cold
It's her
exterior.
purpose to not be a nun. It's
That's
to
right.
save the whole family. So
One single family.
there are some other like minor differences,
All right.
but it's based on their lives, so it's pretty cool. The original Broadway production opened in 1959.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it
Here,
was that
Second
late.
City was started too.
Hey, shout out.
Shout out to the 1959 bar at Second City.
Boom.
And so it starred Mary Martin as Maria, and she's a big deal. She did South Pacific too. She's like a big Broadway lady.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was nominated for 9 Tonys
Whoa.
and won 5. And so, including Mary Martin won it for Best Actress in a Musical
Okay. Nice.
for Maria.
In 59 or
in-
like throughout its duration?
No. Like when
Okay.
it opens, that's when you get
Is that when Tony's come
the
out?
nominated for it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know if they were like, oh, by the way,
By the
Lion
way,
King,
you were
can
cool
have
like
one.
3 years ago. Let's nominate you
Yeah,
now.
you want to do one now?
No, it's only when it first comes out.
Okay,
Can
gotcha.
it be? Unless it's a revival, but that's like an entirely different production.
Ah, all right. And then probably can just win for like best revival, I assume.
Yeah, they're a revival, but also like best
Best
designer
actor,
or
okay,
actress.
gotcha.
Yeah. But it can't be like best new musical. That's a different
Right.
category.
That would make sense.
Yeah, since it says new musical.
Right.
Anyway, the show ran until 1963 on Broadway. And the original Broadway cast album, The School Fact, sold 3 million copies, which like
Wow.
broke records. It was a big deal.
Wow.
And so then the national tour started in 1961. And guess who? Our girl Florence Henderson played Maria in the tour.
Whoa,
She
really?
this is the second
Man.
show she's popped up in. She's had like she had a big stage career before
Yeah,
Brady Bunch.
she was Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she played Ado Annie.
Yeah.
No, not Ado Annie.
I think it was Lori.
Lori. Yep.
But
Yeah, either
anyway,
way.
she was definitely
Wow.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So the musical had a run on the West End and also starting in 1961. So when the tour started, then they opened it in London as well. And then London had a revival in 1981 and 2006.
Oh.
And Broadway, it was revived in 1998. But that feels like so long ago. Like, it's time for another Sound of Music revival.
I'd
would
watch
say.
it.
They just did a national tour.
Oh, okay.
So they might be working towards Broadway, but I don't know.
Didn't they like fairly recently do, not fairly recently, but like in the 2000s, didn't they do like a live, are you coming in that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We can talk about that right now.
I
So
just
was-
nerd alerted you.
Other
Not
notable productions was Sound of Music Live with Carrie Underwood, and I have the eye rolling emoji next to
Really. What
it.
did it Carrie Underwood
Carrie
as who?
Underwood played Maria.
No.
That's why I have an eye rolling emoji.
Gross.
It was
I
really
don't want
gross.
that.
But
And
Audra
Bo
McDonald.
Bice played the captain. You don't know who Bo Bice is?
No,
Bo Bice from American Idol.
that's
He's like a,
foolish. I
like
don't
a
know
weird
who that
creep
is.
with long hair.
I know.
Anyway,
the
great
curly
voice.
haired man.
Chris Daughtry? No, he's bald.
No, with Kelly
Oh,
Clarkson.
Constantine Velopoulos.
No, he's actually like on Broadway.
Man, I don't know.
He was
Anyway.
in Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, that'd be cool.
it was dumb. But that production had Audra McDonald playing Mother Superior, and so she sang "Climb Every Mountain." Audra McDonald is a huge deal. We'll get to her at some point. She's won. She's like broken records with how many Tonys she's won.
That's
it's
surprising. Anyway.
ridiculous. But yeah, Sound of Music Live was a bummer. But my favorite one that I found, Andrew Lloyd Webber was doing a revival in Canada. He was producing a revival in Canada in like 2008, I think. And so they had a reality TV show to cast Maria in the revival, and it was called "How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria?" was the name of the show. And I like, it's my life goal to like find that online now. Like,
oh, it doesn't exist.
I would kill for that.
No one's proud of it. Everyone was like, "Let's, you know what? This wasn't great." And we tried
the
it.
longest running revival in Canada, like to this day.
Oh, so the
show
was
was
great,
good.
not the reality.
The reality show, though, like amazing. But they did like, I love those reality shows.
Really cornering the market of a niche market of people who love reality shows and also love musicals.
Well, they did it for in America they did it for Legally Blonde, the musical.
Well, that's a little bit different.
The Search for Elle
Oh
Woods.
boy.
I watched that so much. And then
It's like a chihuahua in a wig.
We're off on such a tangent. But Lin-Manuel Miranda, when he was in the Heights, made a parody of the Legally Blonde reality show to find Elle Woods. It's so funny. It's still like on YouTube somewhere. It's so funny. It's so dumb. So anyway, the film.
Back to it.
In 1965. 20th Century Fox made the movie,
which is arguably probably what most people know about. Like most people who've seen Sound of Music.
This is like the definitive version. Yeah, like this is what, unless you're a musical theater nerd, like
sure,
this is what you know Sound of Music as. Because of course, starring Julie Andrews, just the most beautiful queen in the world, and Christopher Plummer. And the film was a major commercial success. It was a huge success. Like, it was, at the time, it passed Gone with the Wind for the most highest grossing film of all time.
Wow.
And it held that title for 5 years. Like, critics gave it mixed reviews, but, like, people loved it. And it, like, broke a bunch of records, like, all over the world. Yeah. Box office records. It was a huge deal.
I can see it having that appeal. Even for movies, other films in that era, like the 60s, the quality was incredible. Like, it was really well done.
Yeah. I definitely agree. It got the Academy Award for Best Picture and Best Director. And since then, AFI has named it the 55th greatest American movie of all time, just in general. Whoa. And then the 4th greatest movie musical. I'm not sure on that list, but it's the 4th greatest movie musical. Wow.
4th greatest?
4th greatest.
Wow.
Singing in the Rain they put as number 1, which I would agree with.
Okay. We have to watch that.
But it's right up there. Oh, we have to watch Singing in the Rain. It's so good. It's my favorite movie.
I think I've seen it, but I don't remember it. So
I bet you've seen little pieces of it. Like, it's just so famous. You've seen him, like, walk down the street in the rain with the umbrella.
Around the lamppost or something like that? Yeah.
You've seen that for sure. And then the U.S. has also selected the film for preservation in the National Film Registry. Oh. This is very interesting. Finding it culturally, this is in quotes, finding it culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. So it, like,
kind of all those.
The Film
things.
Preservation Society is like not gonna tell you which one they think it is. Though.
Okay.
We in either find it culturally, historic, or aesthetically significant. We're gonna be very coquettish and keep this very close to our breast.
We're not gonna tell you what we think of it, but we are gonna put it in our archives.
Yeah, it's one of these three, which I thought was funny. But anyway, that's the end of Nerd Alert. It's just a great time.
Yeah,
great time having all. It's very important, very huge deal, very important story, and
it was well done.
It's well done.
As was this Nerd Alert.
Yes,
ready?
Thank you.
What are we doing? 3, 2, 1. Nerd alerted.
Yep.
We decided that at the last one, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we did that.
Nerd
I think I just made that up. Nerd alerted. Excellent Nerd Alert.
Thanks,
I'm
Mal.
shocked that it is based on a true story. That's still kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah.
And it also is going to nullify 70% of the notes that I will be professing.
Why did they put this in the story? Oh, probably
because it happened. But nonetheless, I'm gonna tout them and be very proud of my absurd note.
Yeah, I think still tell us.
Of course I will. Yeah. So should we jump right in?
I think let's jump
We
right
do
in.
have 3 hours of film to cover, so
Yeah, we do.
hopefully-
I'm going to let you lead this one. I'm just going to comment.
Great idea.
Because I think if we both are like bringing up moments we love, it's just going to be like recounting
be
the
here for
entire
4
film.
hours.
Yeah. This is
So
gonna
watch
be...
Sound of Music for 3 hours, and then listen to the Musicals version of Sound of Music for 4 hours, and then your workday's over.
And then
you finish your workday.
just go home.
For those people who work 7 hours in a workday, I guess. Yeah. Oh, plus lunch.
Plus
take
you have
a
an hour
take a
lunch
break.
Take a break from us for an hour.
Musicals making you less productive since 2016.
You know what? I think Sound of Music deserves a whole day of your attention.
It does.
I think
we should actually just make a 21 hour episode.
Let's do
Let's
it.
Just go.
We could do it.
We could.
Trust me.
I think both of us by the end would be like, no.
The cabaret episode will do
Oh
it.
boy.
24-hour
We're
cabaret.
so excited about Cabaret.
Cabaret is my favorite musical, and it's perfect. And I can't say enough good things about it.
Here's a nerd alert. I think you've said something about Cabaret in every single Musicals episode.
I just can't
so
get through
far.
like a half hour of my day without mentioning Cabaret.
By the way, you're just sitting talking with friends. By the way, guys, have you heard of Cabaret?
no, but like
Yes,
literally
Katie.
everything in the world like reminds me of Cabaret. So I'm like, oh, that's
I
like
don't
Cabaret.
understand. I still only perceive it as like a type of theater. I don't even perceive it as a show.
Whoa, wait, your mind's gonna be blown. I think you're really gonna like Cabaret.
Really?
I think you're really gonna like it.
Well,
You're
we'll
not
see.
gonna like the movie because I don't like the movie.
Ooh. Dun,
I know.
Dun, dun.
Unpopular opinion alert.
Yeah, I have to watch 2 versions of it.
But it's so worth it.
But
dude.
at least it's not gonna be probably more than 3 hours. Anyway.
It's so worth it, dude.
Anyway.
It's gonna be 4 hours of your time.
So the very first note I have here is, as we mentioned, nice opening. I loved that opening. It was
Just
like
beautiful.
way better than the weird Grease opening with like the cheesy ocean
cartoon.
waves that I'm pretty sure they
Oh,
fabricated.
yeah. The green
Well,
screen.
and the cartoon, but yeah, the mountains coming over. Clearly did like a helicopter shot coming around the mountains. Beautiful.
Just gorgeous.
Obviously, I start every musical, at least at this point in my musical Musa-noob journey, I start with a very closed mind. And I go, ugh, another couple hours of my time. That was a nice way to go, like, but hold up,
But
this might be good.
This might be okay.
Yeah, and then my first note was like, where was this filmed? It was incredible. It looked like it was a couple of scenes out of Lord of the Rings. It looked like someone had like pieced together Lord of the Rings scenes. So here we go. And then love the music kind of in the background, looming as we heard just before the amazing
it's so
rendition
good.
of The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Musicals. And then I actually wrote, seriously, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm starting to maybe understand why they felt the need to do 3 hours of this film.
Yes.
Because in the end, I still don't understand why they needed 3 hours. But when you've got that much scenery to film, I feel like you're just like, yeah, let's just B-roll the hell out of this thing, and people will love it because it'll be culturally, what is it? Culturally, aesthetically, or something
Or
else?
historically.
Significant. So.
One of those 3.
Yep. There's a part where Julie Andrews, who is that close up of her on the hill and starting to sing, was the most corny thing possible. But I kind of was like, oh, that was nice.
I'm on board.
I was like, I like this.
I'm on board to have fun.
That was pretty good.
There's something magic about Julie Andrews where you're just like, you could do anything you want. Like, you can
Julie
just sit in a
Andrews.
damn chair and I'll watch you watch TV forever and just be like magically enthralled.
Julie Andrews, will you come over and just make us some peanut butter sandwiches? We'll pay you $1 million.
And she just
And
like
just watch her make
do
sandwiches.
it like the most graceful sandwich you've ever enjoyed.
Will you come over and help us do our homework? I don't have homework.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait till we do Mary Poppins too.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Um.
Queen.
So yeah, Julie Andrews was a really cool shot. But then they're traipsing through the hills. And
Yeah.
Really beautiful, really cool. You wanted to be there.
It's good. The
and-
one with the babbling brook. It's
That's-
like so clearly a set. Like, it's so funny.
So I'm so glad you brought that up because the thing I wanted to say was at the Babbling Brook, she like picks up some rocks and she throws her arms up in the air in her Julie Andrews way, kind of like haphazardly. And then she looks like she motions to try to skip the rocks, like to be like, I'm going to skip rocks. she just like chucks them on the ground. Like, God, fuck these rocks. It was like, what are you doing over there?
She's just like such a playful nun. Like she
But it
can't.
wasn't even playful. It was almost aggressive. I don't know.
Maybe-
Oh, I forgot I hate rocks.
I forgot. I'm a
these
bad
rocks
nun.
are filthy. It was like, what are you doing with those rocks? Oh,
That set is so bad
It
too.
was
Like
pretty
it's so
bad.
fake.
and there's so many beautiful scenes of them like that. You're
It's
like,
this
oh.
is we're on a soundstage. Very
Yep.
aware of the soundstage.
I love I like the character of the reverend nun.
Yeah.
Reverend? The
Reverend
head
mother,
nun.
right? Yeah,
Reverend mother, thank you. I don't know how I felt about the actress who you said is like very iconic.
Audra McDonald.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about her.
Do you even know who Audra McDonald
No,
is?
of course not. I'm judging it solely on this performance. But I don't know how I felt about it.
You just aren't allowed to say that about Audra McDonald.
All right, that's fair. I've learned throughout Music House that there are certain unwritten rules and regulations
There
that
are.
I must follow, and I think
what I'm here to teach you.
yeah, I've just come to the conclusion that I'll just let you say, all right,
And one is you never say anything bad about Audra McDonald.
done. I'll forget her name. All right, but I'll remember it because I'll never say anything bad about a woman named Audrey who works at McDonald's. Done. See,
Done.
a little mnemonic device.
Yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
And then they do How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria, right?
So cute.
It was a good song. They really know how to rhyme.
A flibberty gibbet.
Liberty Gibbet? Like, what is that? They know how to rhyme, but then when they can't, like, there's a lull in the song. Like, wow, what lyrics? Well, I mean Rodgers and Hammerstein, Raji Raj and Hammer Time.
Yeah.
Like, how are we gonna finish this sentence? I don't know how. Just make up a word. Flibberty Gibbet. Like, just make something up and we'll be good.
I think that might actually be a thing.
Really? Well, I guess we have to look that up.
I don't know if it's a thing because of Sound of Music or if it was a thing before it, but
Flibberty Gibbet.
yeah.
A frivolous, flighty, or excessively talkative person.
Yeah.
Wow. They understand the English language, those two men.
They get it.
They really do
It's
have
a
it.
perfect word for Maria.
Flibberty Gibbet.
How do you know?
How do you find that word? Are you just going through the dictionary like, all right, let's figure out a
There's
word
thesaurus
that
books.
perfectly represent? I don't
They
even,
just Googled words for silly.
yeah, I'm certain Rodgers and Hammerstein in 1965 Googled
They Googled
words.
thesaurus.com silly.
They put on their Apple Watches. They got out their
They
iPhones.
said, Siri,
They said,
what's the word for silly?
and also teleport me to Austria. 'Cause in this world, time doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
No.
It's a construct, pal.
Boom. Temporal reality. Yes.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, it's just so cute, so fun.
It was fine. And then,
SNL has a good sketch
oh yeah.
that they did recently with Ariana Grande where she plays Maria and they start singing that song and then she comes back and she's like, really, bitch?
Yes.
Why are you talking shit about me?
Oh my god. I saw that SNL skit and I was like, oh, this is like about nuns. I get it. I didn't think it was funny.
It's not a music parody.
But now I think that's hilarious because it's a parody. I legitimately was watching it. I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. I did not understand that it was a reference at all.
No, it's super good.
At all. That's pretty good. I remember that
Yeah.
scene because Ariana Grande. Anyway, that's where. Side note, shall we go for it? That's from that same episode with Ariana Grande. She's doing an impression of Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Yes. Shall we go for it? So good. So good.
Her Celine Dion is really freaking funny.
All of her impressions.
She's so good.
So good. All right.
Little queen.
I love at the end of that song too when Maria's running in so fast,
like sprinting.
and then she passes by the nuns and she looks back and she just kind of sees them. And she just goes, "Oh well, fuck it." And she just, all right, I'm screwed. Forget about it.
What else am I gonna do?
I've been caught. I've been duped.
Because because Julie's the cutest.
It was cool. I was like, all right, that was funny.
It's so cute. It's so cute too because they're just like a bunch of nuns. Like it's so innocent. Like it's like, oh, she was late. Like this is our problem that we're dealing with.
But nuns are like, especially back at the time, they were so beholden to these rules that they had fabricated.
No, of course, yeah.
And so it was like, this is a serious offense. Like singing in public was another one. And I was like, what? What? Why?
It's so cute. Because Julie's like this rebellious nun. It's like she likes to sing.
Doesn't do anything. Like if she were in normal human society, we'd be like, oh, that woman's like Mother Teresa.
That's a really good woman.
Yeah. It made for a funny bit.
I just think it's the cutest.
Well, I screwed up.
Ugh.
We all know I screwed up, okay?
I'm such a loser. But she leaves, sings another adorable song. The confident song.
Tell me about so tell me
I just think it's Julie Andrews being cute.
It felt unnecessary to me.
Yeah. Half of this that's why it's 3 hours. Half of these songs are unnecessary.
That's fair. I make that comment several more times. So just keep that answer canned in the back of your mind.
We don't need the yodel puppet show, but it's fun.
Oh, don't get me started on the puppet show. We will be there in a moment.
But the confident song is just like, it's just like in the structure of a musical, there's always a I am / I want song. So it's like the main character like saying who they are or like what they want, and then the musical is about that the rest of the time.
Oh.
So part of hers, I would say that The Sound of Music is like her I am song, and then the I Have Confidence is kind of like her I want song, and it's kind of like both of them. It's kind of her I want song, but it's just like,
so that's a common dynamic in a musical, and
like every musical has.
It's like the equivalent of like an establishing shot. We're establishing who this character is, and what's going on here, so that you can create this world in your head instantly. Yeah, there are just like certain tropes of storytelling that Oklahoma helped set up. Yeah, that like just happen in every show. Fair enough. But also, like, I just think you, like, get to see her, like, be cute. I'm just so enamored of Julie Andrews that, like, I don't care. I feel like it was very necessary. Yeah, she literally could never do wrong. Join the club of, like, 15 other people that can do no wrong in musical theater. Oh, no. Yeah. It was fun. So the real quick, there's the show Family Guy. I have my own opinions on, but there is there are moments where it's absolutely just a brilliant show, and there's a scene, and I'm gonna play it for you.
I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain.
It's Stewie Griffin who plays the talking baby. He like out of nowhere, he's just doing this. I have confidence. He does the exact scene. And I remember watching that when Family Guy, when that episode came out, and I was like, well, this is hilarious. I have no idea what it's in reference to. And so many a times throughout that show, he plays Julie Andrews. It's referenced a lot. Like, even like in Book of Mormon, one of the songs starts off with How I Have Confidence starts off with. Well, like, I guess. It's very famous. And I've heard the song before, and I was okay with it, but I was just like, we can probably skip this song. But I guess based on your description, it was her I Want song, so we had to have it. And you just, like, let Julie Andrews sing when she can sing. Give her a damn song. Yeah, give her 8 million. Let her have all the songs. All the songs. Yeah, do you think they like finished it, and they were like, you know what? Julie needs like 4 or 5 more songs, so let's just reshoot this thing. Yes. Let's shoot this whole movie and just do Julie playing all the parts. Speaking of her new show, I can't wait. That boy is the luckiest boy in the whole world. Wait, what boy? He has like she has like an assistant. I don't know. He's like 25. He's not a boy. Oh. But who is it? I don't know his name. Oh, so it's Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews Green Room. It's like Julie Andrews and like puppets. No, it's not. It's puppets. No, it's not. It's like freaking, I don't know, Sesame Street, but with Julie Andrews. There we go. Oh, God almighty. I don't know if I can handle that. I'm not sure if it's for kids or not. I'm pretty sure it's for kids. Oh, please be for kids, because I can't handle that. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be, I'll be interested in that show, especially after watching it. Netflix, you know how to get us.
You know what I want.
Just do Julie Andrews.
You
doing
have
anything,
the hot
and we're
content
good.
that I want, Netflix.
So you should hire us and film us doing a show.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I like. Anyway.
Is there an issue here?
When I think about like even being in the same room as Julie Andrews, like I want to cry. Like I don't think my body could handle it.
We're gonna take a 14-minute break here for Katie to cry about Julie
Anne
Andrews.
Hathaway is so lucky. That's all I'll say. Like she's so
in,
damn
The
lucky.
Princess Diaries.
Hell yeah.
All right, so she's now at the manor, whatever, the captain's home. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So the best was, first of all, so we're at this point in the musical, right? Things change, of course, but what a dick.
He's a little bummer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was watching him like, ugh. Like my favorite thing was she's in this, like right when she arrives, she's in this giant open gold room.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it.
It's
There's
just beautiful.
literally nothing
It's
in
like
it.
this is our foyer for fancy parties.
Right.
Like,
But then he comes in and says, there's some rooms you shouldn't go in. It's like, there's nothing in there. What is
that's the
your
dance
issue?
hall because his wife liked dances.
What? How do you know this? That makes so much sense
I'm
now.
pretty sure the kids talk about it. They're like, dad hasn't had music around since mom died.
Well,
because
I
he's
heard
sad.
that, but I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
that room was significant for that reason.
I don't know
That
if
makes
I'm
sense
just
now.
remembering because I know that or if they talk about it. But it's like,
That makes sense
I
now.
think it's very clear that it's like they had lots of balls when mom was alive.
I guess.
And
if
now
you
he's like, we don't talk about mom or like look
Right.
at anything that reminds
Right.
us of mom.
I guess if you've seen this musical 1,000 times, you
Yeah.
start to pick up on those.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, dude, it's an open
It's
room
like, dude,
with
this is
nothing
literally
in
just
it.
like a gaudy ass room.
Like, why do you care? Anyway, so then, what a damn circus. The kids coming down
Oh
and
my
getting in a line.
God.
That was just like, what is there? It was creepy.
But also it's just like so awkward, and the director, like that was like the fifth or sixth take, and the director was like,
yeah.
I need you to be crazy and then get calm
Right.
and get in a line.
Just straighten up. Especially this like 6-year-old and like
Like,
a
the kids
10-year-old.
are such bad actors. It's like so cute. Like
They are
they're
not great.
They're so bad.
They are not good actors. They are not good singers, but that's okay.
Liesl is good.
She is good.
And Brigitte's like freaking cute, but
She's still alive, actually. Brigitte. The only one still.
The
No,
only
no, not Greta.
Greta.
Sorry.
Gretel.
She's the only one. Gretel.
You're right.
Helga. A reference to
German name.
five play.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, that was a circus of nonsense.
It's just
and-
nonsense. And the whistle's nonsense.
But it was, I guess, it's. I can imagine it's the scene that, and you'll know this, but if you're doing the show, like that's the scene you get right? Like you don't divert from that. You just do it exactly as it's written, and don't screw it up. And also, good luck because you're gonna have like a 4-year-old on stage in front of thousands of people.
I know.
Hopefully, they do it right.
It's just like wrangling like puppies.
Yes.
Like
Well, that would be fun to watch.
it would be a
I
fun
would
job.
watch that for several hours. Puppy Wrangler it's the musical. Dan Newford, Katie
But he's like
Lingen,
very hardened.
Puppy Wrangler.
That's
I've
right,
been
that
wrangling
sketch.
puppies for years.
I'm gonna wrangling puppies.
Oh, there's one over there.
Wrangle 'em. I'm sorry, audience.
So there's a line.
He's annoying, but she like holds her ground.
She
Sorry,
does.
There's
She
a
does-
line.
Yeah, she does a good job of like. I think I had the question at that moment as to whether or not she was gonna flatten over momentarily, like be rolled over by him for a little while. Like, all right, are we gonna watch 30 minutes of her just like following his orders, and then I knew eventually she was gonna
Yeah. Be like, hey, dude.
hey, I'm stepping up. But it was cool. Yeah, she was just like, yeah, I'm immediately gonna not abide by your weird rules.
Because Maria's the coolest.
So yeah, it was cool. You know what else I really, really, really enjoyed about this musical? I think more than at least Oklahoma. I think I can only say it about Oklahoma so far. Oklahoma seems so proper and like precious, almost like it abides by so many rules, and it almost anyway. This has a tone to it, and it might be just the actor who does the captain. It has the character shows so much more like natural personality in it. There's a whole scene where like he's a sarcastic person. He says something about like, what are you gonna bring? What is indigestion? Is this a new thing you bring to the table? And like, what's that? Indigestion. And he doesn't. It's not like back and forth. Like, I'm gonna say this, and then you're gonna say this, and I'm gonna say that. It like feels very conversational.
Totally.
And I think it maybe is probably just the actor. I don't know if it's the writing, but
I think it's like different book writers.
Yeah.
First, and also like, just as Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals go, like Oklahoma's the first one. They were just trying it out.
Yeah.
So they like get better and better every time. Yeah.
I think that's what
get
it is
better
too.
at like
It's
actually
loosening
creating
up,
characters and actually telling stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was a real dude too.
Yeah, that's true. So you had to kind of play that.
They probably like talked to Maria and stuff.
Yeah.
And them about like how they wanted to be, or just who they were.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to create like a fuller person, like from a real life person.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Sometimes
kind of mimicking that. Yeah. But it was just so refreshing to see like sarcasm and like we don't have to be proper and we can be goofy a little bit.
They're such a good pair from the beginning too. I love those kind of stories where it's just like, we all know that you're like great together. Just like stop being.
You know exactly what's gonna happen. We know exactly how it's. Well, we know how it should end. We don't know how it does end. And this
Nazis.
Also also Nazis.
No, but it's great. They just like are like such equals from the beginning. Like really, truly, like they're just like good partners.
Yeah, they're a good like foil of one another.
Totally. But her sitting on the pine cone is a big moment.
Yeah, it is in the end. I didn't even realize. Yeah. He notices. He knew the whole
He's
time.
like, that's when I fell in love with you.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Oh. Don't skip to the end of this podcast if you don't want to be spoiled. For Sound of Music.
Yeah, it was like the dinner was.
Anyway, that's it. The crying is so bad. Like,
oh
it's
my
so
god,
fake.
I forgot about it. It's
they're such bad actors.
They're crying because they're happy.
They're not crying, actually.
No, they're not. They're like making some weird noises.
They're closing their eyes and covering their face.
And also, did you notice only the girls cry? It's like, men don't cry.
The guys are like,
Rodgers and Hammerstein don't cry. All right, so now we're in going on 16.
She gets a telegram.
Rolf, the asshole.
Or he gets a telegram. Who delivered it? Rolf. Let's meet by the gazebo.
I'm glad that Rolf is close to the sound you make when you vomit, because that's how I feel about him.
Yeah, because he sucks.
The character and also the actor was just like so greasy and gross.
I had such a crush on him when I was little. Oh my god, I would fantasize hardcore about dancing in that gazebo. I was so in love.
Gazebo, but not with Rolf.
Definitely with Rolf.
What is it like? His hair is like the color of bleached urine.
Yeah,
it's gross.
It's really I'm not saying I want to do him now.
Well, you might be.
When I was younger.
I'm not sure.
Well, I wouldn't say no. Probably.
People don't change.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm glad you no longer are in love with Rolf. So, Charmaine Carr, the Liesel, who plays Liesel Von Trapp.
Respect.
Was not actually 16 going on 17. She was actually 23 going on 24 in that film, and born right here in this lovely city of Chicago, Illinois.
Get it, girl.
Now dead.
Yeah.
But
she dead now.
But yeah. So I looked that up because admittedly I went, oh, she's attractive. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being a creep. And turns out I wasn't. I was good.
No, she's gorgeous. And it's just like the prettiest dress in the whole world that she's wearing.
I don't remember the dress.
It's a beautiful dress.
But I don't think that's surprising to anyone that I don't remember the dress.
It's like such good costuming.
Not an outfit guy.
It's so pretty and it's so romantic and it starts raining. And the dance is like so iconic and beautiful. And they're like jumping around.
It's weird though. I remember thinking like, why are they do this scene where they kind of almost kiss and then they circle back around and then they almost kiss. And then I was like, yeah. Actually, I thought back to our conversation about Oklahoma where it was like Oklahoma was the first time we were using dance to tell a story. This seemed like superfluous garbage.
You think? I think it was they were nervous to kiss each other.
I guess, but it also was like we could probably get that done with like a 5-second shot of them like, oh boy, and then kiss.
No, the dance is like That's great.
I don't know.
It's great. Get on board to have fun, Dan.
I'm not on board with dancing yet. I'm trying. The dancing is always so weird
It's
to
hard
me.
for you.
Yeah.
I think maybe when we get to more contemporary musicals with it, you'll appreciate
Yeah.
just like the artistry of it.
Right. I love a good tap dance. Love a good tap.
Ooh, respect. You'll love Singing in the Rain then.
That was my tap
I can't wait
dance.
to talk about 42nd Street too because it's so dumb.
What weird.
Anyway,
We're
but
now
then
in the-
like he kisses her, and it's so cute, and he runs away.
and you just wanted to be Liesel the
Oh
whole
my god, I
time.
wanted it so bad.
He's gross. He's a grease ball. He's a toilet person.
Well, he is a Nazi,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's a bummer in the
He's
end.
worse than a toilet person.
But at that point, he's not a Nazi, so
Well, he is at heart.
in his heart, but
Yeah.
he doesn't kill them. Anyway, we'll
He
get there.
might as well have. All right. So then, now we're in the bedroom. Now we're in the very first moment.
Now we're
where
in that bedroom.
No, in the bedroom.
It's just Maria praying.
But this is a big scene because this is the first moment where Maria and the kids start to create a little relationship. Like
Very
we're
cute.
happy with together.
Yeah.
So, very
First, we're talking
time.
to like one of the maid, like the main maid.
Yeah,
and the main
about how the
maid's
Baroness
like-
sucks.
The Baroness sucks. He was really sad when his wife died, and now he's happy because he's getting
Right.
some. And he's sending you fabric because your dress is ugly.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then she's like, "Cool,
Peace them out.
I'm gonna help these kids like transition to a new mom."
Yeah.
And then
And then
Liesel comes crawling up.
all rainy, like she was walking around the
She
garden
wet
in
as
the
hell.
rain. She wet.
She's soaked as hell, dude.
She's saturated. They strike up a relationship because she's gonna
Yeah,
help
it's
them
so
out. It's
cute.
already like I'm the mom. I'm your mom protecting you from your
Yeah.
angry dad. So that was nice. And then like all the kids come pouring in because of they have a weird phobia of lightning. I understand
afraid
that
of
thunder and
lightning.
lightning is frightening at times, but they're like freaking cats.
I was afraid when I was younger of it.
Yeah, but to that extent.
But I think the boys are like a little too old. To
Yeah,
be.
and also like, can we all sleep in your bed? Like, come on,
They just like want
go to your own
pals.
bedroom. Go to your own bedroom.
She was chill and didn't rat them out,
Yeah, but still.
so they enjoy her, I guess.
And then, then we go into.
Most famous song of all time.
Yeah, that was the first thing I noted. It was that sweet transition from dialogue to song. It was cool. She's like,
Real seamless.
it was. She's like, here's a favorite thing, and then now I'm singing about favorite things. So it was cool. It was a nice little transition, and then so we talked about Rodgers and Hammerstein, Raji Raj and Hammer Time, and their ability to use the English language. Why on earth did they choose the word pussy willow to be one of the first things that what
I
is his
just
name?
don't think
Carl
pussy
says?
was like the slang that it was back then. Do you
But
think?
of course it wasn't. But even if it was like, even if it had inklings of it of being slang, like just use a different word. They didn't even rhyme pussy willow with another thing.
But
It was like this
a
is just what
nice
we're
thing,
saying.
though.
What even? It's like a flower, maybe. You don't even know what it is.
No.
Yeah, it's like
But it's got to be a lovely thing. I
I'm
feel
not
like.
gonna Google it because we know why.
Try explaining that to Liv.
Yeah, yes. But I just like, come on, guys. There's so many other words you could use. But then the song is delightful.
It's
These are
delightful.
a few of my favorites.
It's so fun. Come on, everyone loves that song.
Dog bites. I was singing that, I admit, with my headphones on while I was watching it. I was singing along.
You liked it.
It's a good song. It
It's
is
so
a
fun.
good
They're like
song.
jumping on the bed.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, and actually, I was thinking about it as I was watching it. I actually remember that scene, that and like maybe half another scene from when I saw it originally. I remember that scene pretty
Yeah.
vividly, and I think I was like, I like this. I like what's going on here. So it's nice.
Hell yeah.
It's nicely done.
Hell yeah. Bonding time.
Yeah, they're
And
bonding.
then, of course, Dad has to ruin it.
And also, does he ever not wear a suit? He's in like this. Don't get me wrong. It's an incredible suit, but he's in like a pajama suit. It's got a tie and everything.
Maybe he stays up late because he's so like racked with grief.
I guess. But like, how? What
such
do you
business
change?
to
when,
attend to.
when do you change? Well, he did change. Is the thing. He's wearing a different kind of suit.
This is his nighttime suit.
Yeah, I sleep in a suit in case I have anything. If I need to wake up in the middle of the night and go have a business meeting.
It's like made of pajama fabric.
It really looked like it was. Looked like it was. So, but that ends that, and then she of course wants to use the fabric.
Yes, she gets the golden
Yeah.
idea for play clothes.
Play clothes, which is such a thing that they talk about in this musical. I like. Can't they just wear normal like any clothing?
No, they can't. They can't get that stuff dirty.
I guess. But so she makes the clothes, and they come running out of the gate, and
And they're
in
all
town,
matching.
and she's randomly like sort of juggling tomatoes, but only 2.
It's so cute.
Couldn't they have chosen something that she's maybe like can do? Like I'm sure Julie Andrews has a
She was
multitude of
juggling?
talent
Oh my gosh.
with 2 tomatoes.
Everything
just
she does
throwing things
is
in the air.
perfect. I don't think you get it yet. Like every little like single tiny breath.
You can't juggle
she
with 2
takes.
tomatoes and make me and I'm not gonna be impressed.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be. But then we are on the mountaintop.
Then we on down mountain.
On that mountaintop, and
We learning how to sing.
I love guitar in a musical. I think this is the first time that like you hear some acoustic guitar.
Totally.
It was so nice.
It was
She's
beautiful.
playing some guitar. Of course, we launch into another iconic song.
Another hugely famous, iconic song.
Another song I was singing right along with.
And it's so cute. They're like running through the town and it's beautiful. The choreography's cute. When
Yeah.
they're in the cart like riding along and they're all like stuffed in, sitting together is cute.
I remember that.
She's like
in the
pointing to
yes,
them with a riding
yes.
crop.
Oh, yes. I forgot to write that down because I was writing another question. But that was so cool. That was really fun. Like when she was making everyone like, kind of sing their own like
Yeah.
do, mi, do, 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 and then she's singing over it. Yeah. Oh, wait, of course you know it for real. It was super cool.
It's really fun.
Do you? So the question I was writing: do you think that? I guess you don't have to think. You'll know the answer to this. Were there 7 kids in the real story?
There were 10,
10
not
kids.
7
Ah,
Von
there you
Trapp
go.
children.
See, so not
The names,
quite
ages,
that
and
convenient.
sexes of the children were changed.
Yeah. So 10 kids. 10 kids.
Yeah,
but
that's all right.
so
That would
okay.
be too cluttered on the stage, so.
Oh yeah, and it makes way more sense to have 7 because do re mi fa sol la ti.
Exactamente.
So now we're back at the house, right?
Now they're back. Dad like passes them in the car.
That was so cool when they're
and
climbing
like
in
watches
the trees.
them climbing and it's like, oh, how vulgar.
And I'll say it here, even though we're skipping ahead maybe like 10 minutes. But he goes later on. He goes, "No, I'm sure I was mistaken, but were by any chance?" And I think he says again, like, "I'm sure I'm wrong, but by any chance were my kids climbing trees today?" She just goes, "Yep."
She's like, lol.
Yep, sure was. That's still a bit ahead, but that was like such a good moment. So yeah,
That's so good.
they're climbing the trees. Oh yeah, so now we get into the Baroness and Uncle Max
Yeah.
and the captain talking for like 15 minutes.
I mean, they have to like have adult moments of the show.
I guess, but like I feel like everything they said could be.
No, I agree. She's like that actress is pretty damn boring.
The whole thing was boring. Like,
She's really like good. Like their breakup scene is really good. Like she's a
Yeah.
good actress.
yeah.
But it's like written
I feel
so
like
boring.
that scene's boring though too, because Uncle
Yeah.
Max is a fun guy, fun character.
Yeah.
Is a fun guy. He's
It's
a
just
mushroom.
like too static.
It's so boring, and I feel like they were like, did you guys just have a ton audience? Did you just have a ton of fun singing Do Re Mi? All right, well let's bore you out here. Let's mellow you out. We don't want to get you too
You
rowdy.
can't blow the wad too fast.
15 minutes of just straight
Think about
dialogue.
your grandma for a second.
Exactly.
We need you to last longer.
But here is the first moment. So I obviously know nothing about this musical. I wrote in all caps, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Heil Hitler!"
Yeah.
I had no idea that Nazis were a part of this musical yet. And all of a sudden, Rolf's Heiling Hitler, and I just was like, excuse. So,
well, because it creeps in slowly, like the Nazis did.
hey.
Oh boy.
So let me. I'm not going to read these notes as I go throughout. But for quite some time, I'm sitting there like I can't, in all good consciousness, feel any remorse or happiness for the captain because I'm thinking he's a Nazi this whole time.
Oh.
I'm like, holy shit, this is this is a story about a Nazi with a heart of gold. I don't care. It's a Nazi.
That'd be awful.
Oh my God. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. This is the worst thing ever. I'm not going to, in all good consciousness, watch a musical and then talk for several hours about it if it's about a Nazi with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Thankfully, spoiler
it's
alert,
not.
he's not a Nazi.
Thankfully, blah.
But I was so certain, and I was like, I can't. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. I cannot
upset.
suspend reality this much. But anyway, so we introduced the Nazis.
Yeah, they're there. She meets them, and they're like in the river, and then they all fall off the boat, and then they're all like dripping wet.
That was funny.
And then he's like pissed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like they get in this fight, they get in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
argument,
yeah.
and she tells him what he
It's
needs
hot
to
as
hear.
hell.
It's
Yeah.
so hot. It's a good thing she was all wet.
Woo!
But that captain needed to jump in the lake. They get in this argument, and like it's really heated, and he kicks her out. And then moments later, there's a very nice scene, very beautiful scene of the kids singing to the Baroness, and
Yeah.
he walks in and he joins, and he's, I'm sorry, I'm
Edelweiss, right?
he does Edelweiss after.
What do they sing to her?
They're singing. I thought they were still singing
Still the
sound. No,
same.
they're singing Sound of Music.
You're
They're
right, you're
singing
right,
Sound
you're
of
right.
Music. And he joins in the Sound of Music pals. And so like, and then he comes out and he says to Fräulein Maria, "I'm wrong.
Might be.
Please stay." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. So that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's where it ends, right?" Oh no, you're only like an hour and a half in it.
No, yeah. You have much
so
story.
much more. And I just like, couldn't you could have ended it there. We'd all be happy.
You think so?
Yeah. Everyone would have been like, oh, they lived
No,
together
you need to watch
happily
them
ever
kiss.
after. I guess. They didn't need to fall in love, in my opinion.
Yeah, they did.
I'm just saying that. And so now, oh God. I don't know if I can talk about it.
How could you not think it was so fun?
The puppet scene.
It's so dumb, but it's so fun.
Oh my God. It is. It's not that it was dumb. It was dumb. It wasn't dumb. It was well done. The creepiest thing. Like
You think so?
the boogeyman, the giant squid that always attacks me in my dreams, all of my failed hopes and dreams, everything that that is my nightmares can take a break because those puppets will consume my nightmares for the duration of my life.
You think so?
Oh my God! At one point, they sing a high note, and two of them, their heads like go up, and they just look like their brain stems are coming out.
It's their necks,
Oh
dude.
it's not their necks. Human necks do not look like that. Oh,
Puppet
necks
do,
apparently
pal.
do, and that's why I will be haunted by those
Oh
damn
man,
puppets.
that's a bummer.
Oh my God!
It's so fun.
I couldn't like. I'll try to go back and watch that scene again now that I know I didn't die afterwards. I thought it was like the Ring.
And this turns into a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Ring, where like you watch it and you die right after. Now that I know that didn't happen, maybe I'll go back. But I couldn't enjoy it simply on the basis that I was like, this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Man.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
But it's such a fun song.
I don't even remember. What was their song? I can't recall. Were they singing?
It's
I thought
so
they
cute.
were.
They're all like working together, and Julie
Oh,
Andrews is
God.
in like a very cute
And they're
dress.
singing, I'm gonna haunt you. I'm gonna haunt you.
They're not. They're
I will eat your face.
high
think
on
that's
the
what
hill
they
was
said.
a lonely goat.
Oh yeah, exactly that. I will eat your face. Oh God.
Lay you, lay you, lay you.
Oh, it was so bad. But then
Okay, it's fun though.
I'm
Thank
sure.
you, Uncle Max, for the puppet set.
I actually love Uncle Max goes. Can we really keep it? Of course. That's why I put it on your dad's tab, or like that's why I told him to send the bill to your dad. Yeah, nice work, Uncle Max.
Uncle Max is so
I
fun.
love that he has no money, but is just in the company of money, and then just like says, "You'll get this."
I like too that the captain like keeps him around because he's
Yeah,
fun.
he's like, whatever.
He's like, "What? I'll
This
pay
is
for
my
you."
doofy friend.
This
Yeah.
is my Dorcas pal.
Yep, pretty much. now we go into Edelweiss. 'cause then
Edelweiss. Such
which-
a touching family mo.
It was really cool. I
Yeah.
like that. And again, the guitar. The
Yeah.
guitar is a cool touch.
Just beautiful.
It's such a cool touch because you're so used to like big band or at most a piano in
Totally,
musicals. At least
totally.
I am in the 5 that I've really dug into.
Yeah.
But you get just like a nice guitar, and there is some strings in the background, but
Yeah.
it was cool.
No, it's gorgeous.
I did write, however, Edelweiss is beautiful and everything, but he's a freaking Nazi. So he's not. So
He's
we're
not.
good, but
No, it's beautiful. Like such a good like transformative moment for him.
yeah,
Just
it
like, oh, okay, we can have fun now.
and
like
cool voice too. He's got cool voice.
seriously, he's
Yeah.
the hottest hottie.
The whole. Is
He,
he still
like-
alive? I probably
no,
not.
no, no. Everyone
Other than Julie Andrews and
wants to
Gretel.
bang.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Christopher
say everyone
Plummer.
is dead.
No.
Christopher Columbus?
dead. No, the day Julie Andrews dies is the day that I
The
too
world.
die.
I
Yeah.
feel the same about Tom Hanks.
You think so?
Yeah.
America's good dad.
Yep. So now we throw a party for the Baroness.
This is big ball. We're
She-
dancing. We're having fun.
She's dancing. She gets embarrassed. This is kind of where they're like,
oh, it's beautiful.
"Oh, we
though.
like each other."
Yeah.
You know, like
Dancing
everyone
with
starts to be aware
some
of it.
like some son. Who knows his name?
Yeah,
And then the captain
Klaus.
comes in.
Yep. And he dances
It's
with.
beautiful. And then they get so close and they like want to kiss each other and they
Yeah.
can't. And it's great.
You know, the Baroness handles this like clear, and I have a note about it later, but like this clear desire for the captain to not be with her. Like the Baroness is totally aware of it,
Yeah.
and while she is admittedly a little conniving, she handles it pretty well.
I
She's
think
just like,
she-
yeah, this is happening, but also you need to leave. 'Cause
I agree too.
she does a good job with it.
Like she's even like less conniving in the stage show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. She's like actually like pretty damn cool.
she's
in the
not a
stage show.
villain at all.
No,
Like,
I don't think
expected
she
her to be a
is.
villain fully, and
Yeah.
she's really not. She's just kind of like
she's just like not as fun as
there.
Maria.
Yeah, yep, pretty much.
And not the right match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we have "So Long Farewell." This is another song that I knew.
Vita Saint. Yeah,
Auf
yeah.
Wiedersehen, good night. I think, like, in a very different way than the Puppets. There's something about this song that just
Yeah.
skeeves me out. It
It's
makes
like
me
the
cringe.
kids sing that like before they stab you.
Yes,
That makes
exactly.
sense to
It
me.
looked like it was out of The
They're like,
Shining.
Goodbye.
Yes.
They stab
You're
you in the
dead
face. I'm
Yeah.
not a huge fan of
Ugh,
it.
I didn't like it at all. It was better in the reprise, I think, like when they bring it back later on, but still.
And at the Nazi
At
show.
the end, yeah, it was better, but still creepy.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
a family, it's like better
A
to
little
have
better.
adults out there. I agree. Not my fave.
Oh yeah, and this is the moment where I realized there's that cross scene between an actual Nazi, the guy who ends up being the villain,
Yeah.
and the captain, and I am like, oh, he's not a Nazi, he's an Austrian. And, okay, we're good. And then
Yeah, but good for him for standing up.
yeah, no, it was
that
great.
dude.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that
dude's
he
the
turns out to
biggest.
not be a Nazi. And then, not to glaze over it, but just in the interest of time, Maria runs away, and we're at intermission, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's sad, but we know she's coming back.
Yeah, you always know she's gonna come back.
It's
So,
the dang musical's about her.
Yeah. And so now we come back. We're out in the garden. Baroness is trying to play this weird improv
I
game
know,
with
it's so funny. It's like such a
2, 8. I'm 5. Okay.
It's like, all right,
I
good,
don't
good
care.
try. Like, bye.
Yeah.
Have fun at boarding school. Like,
At least it's like the first time when you go like, oh, the Baroness isn't a terrible person. She's just not good at this.
and then
Like-
she's like, I'm shipping them to boarding school.
That's
and
true.
then you're like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
bummer.
oh, maybe she is a little evil, but.
Mm,
And then, and again, the word does not have the same connotation, but holy heck, Uncle Max says, "What's the matter with all you gloomy pussies?" What?
I think it's pusses.
Pusses.
Like your puss is your face.
Oh my God! Thank God.
Your pusses.
I was like, go back and listen to it. It sounds
It might
like
be pussies, but I think it's your puss.
Pusses sounds way better. Like your sad faces. Oh my God. I was like, I don't know what to do with this.
Rogers and Arizona are just like dirty old men that
Really
are just
love
like,
it.
we love to like throw the word pussy in there when we can.
You know what actually flashed in my brain, unfortunately, was like what maybe a nickname for Donald Trump's eye sockets would be? Just two gloomy pussies.
Gloomy pussies. And he grabs them by it.
Yeah, he grabs them, just takes
Blah.
takes some furniture shopping.
Bummer.
Now we're back at the Abbey. So you brought this up in Nerd Alert. Climb Every Mountain, that song.
Yeah.
I thought that was so out of place. Like, or not out of place, but just like, like this is a boring
It's definitely
song.
another like useless one.
Yeah,
it's just
she's
to like show
I'm gonna
off
start
like
singing.
we wrote this beautiful song and here's this beautiful voice.
I thought her voice wasn't that song. I mean, it was
Okay,
amazing.
But Audra McDonald singing it, you're gonna be like, holy. You're like not even be able to talk. It's so gorgeous. Like
Wait, but I thought Audra McDonald was the woman who played it, who sang it in the movie.
no. In Sound of Music Live.
Oh, that's what I was saying earlier
Oh,
when
I'm
I was like, I
sorry.
don't think she's that good because I thought that's the woman who played the
No.
Reverend.
In Sound of Music Live
Mother.
with Carrie Underwood, Audra McDonald just played it.
All right, now we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about.
This woman in the movie,
Audrey
whatever.
at McDonald's.
It's still pretty, but I'm
Yeah.
not attached to her.
It's not good. It's not good. So could have done without Climb Every Mountain, but maybe if it was well done. And now we're back at the manor, and here's Kurt. They're all talking about like serious things, and then he goes, "I wonder what grass tastes like." He's really hungry.
Such a good bit.
Yeah, they do that whole thing where they ate all the berries or whatever. And not super significant.
It's such a good bit, though.
And then, of course, so Maria comes back. We see Maria come back, and the kids all surround her.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah.
Mom's back.
Well, that mom.
Well,
yeah.
not yet, but basically mom's back.
Spoiler alert. So then, like I was talking about the Baroness, like that was a really clean breakup. She's just
She
like,
handles
yeah.
it like it's so classy.
Like, I'm good. You're fine. You don't need me.
But she's such a good actress because you can tell she's very sad, but she's just
Yeah.
like, I know that I'm not going to be able to compete. So,
Right.
okay.
Whatever. Bye.
We had fun. Like, she's very
Also,
classy.
I'm super rich, so I don't care that much. I need someone who wants me or at least wants my money.
She definitely cares. You can see that she's sad. It's really,
Well, yeah, but
it's,
she doesn't care
it's
that
really
much.
good scene. It's a really good scene.
She's kind of just like, I could probably find this again with someone else. Like
I
the
don't
same
think
thing.
so. I think you're wrong. But anyway, what she says is like very classy and very, very appropriate.
It was almost too clean of a break, I feel. But like we were engaged.
I think it was
Never mind.
well,
I'll leave. If you want to be with her, I'll leave.
I think it's just clearer that she's the soulmate.
Yeah. I
You know?
suppose, yeah. She's. They're like rubbing. They're necking, right? They're like rubbing their faces together.
Oh,
and
they necking.
he's trying to kiss her, and then she starts singing. It's like Maria, just sometimes stop singing.
But here's the thing about Maria, dude. She loves singing, dude.
She does more than kissing, apparently. Like I want to have a friend like that. That's around. Where like you're trying to have a conversation, and they just, can you stop singing?
I feel like that's
Could
me
you
though.
Stop. No, but like uncontrollably. No, I can't stop singing. Do you want to talk more about that? I mean, I'm
The scene is just—it's like so romantic. It's just beautiful.
I get like, and this is such a like I'm a man thing, and but it's not because I'm a man. It's just my interests. Love scenes to me, you already know that they're coming in almost every situation.
Yeah.
So I would rather just be like a 5-second thing. Like, yep, it happened. Like the thing you've been waiting. Because I'd rather see the anticipation and then the falling action. I don't really care about like the moment. So it dragged on, but they all do for me. So
I mean, I guess that's like okay to say, but
it's just my personal interest.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just think like I think it's really beautiful. I think it's a really beautiful song.
I can't remember the song, frankly. What's the
The
song?
It's something like perhaps I won't sing it for the audience. That's annoying. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Perhaps I had a miserable
Oh,
youth. But
yeah,
somewhere in
something
my
I
wicked,
did
miserable
something
past,
right,
I
yeah.
must have had a moment of good
Yeah.
to deserve you. Like that's
Yeah.
like really pretty.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. But
Yeah.
still, I'd rather just like they smooched, move on. Move on to
It's good.
the wedding.
Big wedding.
The end of the show.
What a beautiful wedding dress. That's just where I usually
wait.
turn it off. And I'm like, I did 2 hours.
We're done.
Everything's happy.
Wrap it up.
I can't watch the Nazis.
Cut, print, send it.
We did it.
Yep. The wedding was fine. I don't have anything
Yeah,
to say.
I agree. They moved past it pretty quickly because,
Yeah.
like, who really cares that much?
Right. But then hopefully they fade to black and you all leave and you go have a drink after the show
Yeah,
and you
they're
go,
like,
what a
"Oh,
nice
tight."
show. Nope.
Nope, Nazi
Nazis.
time.
Hashtag also Nazis.
Brr, 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 brr.
So the sneaking out, they're sneaking out, or he's being called to action, called to duty, and then they're sneaking out with the car. They do some quick thinking to say like, oh, we're gonna go sing. I don't know if more you want to say about that, but now we're on stage.
No, totally. I mean, I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's just pretty important, but
They're very scared.
So speaking of nightmares with the puppets, I've literally had this exact same nightmare, and I was having anxiety watching him. This like getting on stage and being in front of thousands of people and having no concept of what my line or my part is. I feel like, how would he not think that? Like, how would he not be like, yeah, I'm singing too. Also, I literally was getting anxiety. Like, oh my god, he doesn't know what he's doing. You see how many people are in the audience? How's he gonna pull this through?
This is especially silly for Dan to say because he's an improviser.
That's true.
So literally every time he goes on stage, he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah, but at least the audience knows that I don't know what's happening. At least they know that we're going to go on this journey together. Here, if they're expecting something, I'm like,
true,
I don't
I
know, I
guess.
can't do it.
That's true. Fair.
I've had that dream. Nazis or not, I've had that dream many a times.
And then they run away.
Then we get this real tense scene, and I was like, again, like, oh
It
man,
was
I'm
very
on
scary.
edge.
Yeah, I know. It's too stressful for me to watch.
Yeah.
Even still, and I know how it ends.
Right. I knew how it ended, frankly, just because of all movies and all stories. But and then we get Rolf being just a piece of garbage, just a toilet person.
Yeah, I mean, good job not killing them, but then like,
Yeah, but then immediately
he blows the damn whistle, and it's like,
right.
bitch.
You essentially killed them.
You
Like
fucking
they're
asshole.
lucky they got away.
Yeah.
So.
Thank God for the nuns.
Yeah.
That's a cute
those
nun bit.
nuns. Those nuns, dude. Oh
Give me
yeah.
Father, Mother, for I've sinned.
Right.
And they took the battery out or something.
At first, because I knew they had done that, because like
Yeah.
you hear the cars,
Yeah.
and at first I was like, "What the heck? These nuns are also mechanics." And then it's a close up. They just clearly just ripped something out of there.
they're
Like, yeah, we don't know
We
what
just
we pulled
blindly
out.
grabbed stuff.
We hoped for the best.
We
It turns
prayed
out
about
that
it.
cars don't start. Yeah. And then like
Very cute.
like while I've been joking about how many endings there are, like that whole thing wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they told an entire story in like 15 minutes. Like
Yes.
that ending with the Nazis was like
Yeah.
had all of the parts of a story, the rising, the climax, and the falling
Totally.
action.
Totally.
And then there was end.
Yeah, that was it.
They escaped into the countryside.
They did.
Yeah.
They for real escaped into Italy, I believe. Like it was not.
Oh.
right
Did they ever
next
go to
door.
the U.S.?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they ended up in the U.S.
Yeah.
I know that, but I'm not sure. They didn't like climb over mountains though.
Oh, so that's just
That was fun.
romanticized.
That was fun because those
Yeah.
those mountains are like fucking huge.
They're
Like they
huge.
would have died.
And also, like, the Nazis would have just brought in more people and found them.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah, there are many Nazis finding one family here.
Yeah, yeah.
But they did escape.
Yeah.
They did it.
So that's it. That's wrapped up. I wrote, of course, oh my God, it's over. Finally. But it was, it was 3 hours of fine. So it was good. I liked it. It was just it was 3 hours.
It's a long one. Too long.
Too long. It's not,
You could definitely cut stuff and like be fine.
Same with Benjamin Button. Could
Yeah.
cut it down.
There's a lot of stuff. You gotta kill your darlings a little bit, guys.
Yeah, you really do.
But-
we end up having 2 hour podcasts here. An audience, we cut them down to like 120 for you. And I know 120 is even 20 minutes too long.
I
but
know you're still
it's the
like,
best
there's
we can
stuff you
do.
could cut.
Yeah.
but
So let's take it to the segments.
Let's score it.
Score it first.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. I'll start. I give it out of 5. I give the music a 3. Too many extras.
Mm-hmm.
If it were just the bare bones, I probably would have given it a 4 or 5. But too many extras. Writing, I would have given it a 3, but with the Nazis, I'll give it a 4. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna bump it up to the 5 now that I know it's based on a true story. Now that I know it's a historical fiction.
Yeah, I agree.
And the pageantry, 10. 10 out of 5. Look at that scenery. I mean, come on.
Just that opening shot alone.
Making clothes out of drapes. Amazing.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, what do you think?
I gotta give it 5s across the board.
Just straight 5s?
Just straight up 5s.
You love musicals.
I
Every
love
one of them,
musicals.
Every one of them gets or close to a
But we're
perfect
talking
score.
about good musicals.
All right.
Yeah, good job.
Who do you relate to?
Maria.
Oh, of course.
My singing pal.
When you go to nanny kids, do you sing to them and
I do.
make them
I
go
make
against
them
their parents'
sing.
wishes?
I make them sing, and I do
Sing to me.
I do let them play on my phone too much, so that's against their parents' wishes.
Perfect. So you are Maria. I
Sorry.
would like to.
Sorry, Jules.
Yeah, seriously. Hopefully they never hear this. I would like to say that I relate to Kurt, who is the youngest son. The one who says, "I wonder what grass tastes like." 2 reasons: always hungry.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry as well. And I also just like to think. I'd like to think that they all escaped into the mountains and left the mountains, but Kurt was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna hang back. I'm just gonna live in the mountains. Is that cool? You guys cool with that?" And I would like to
feel at
aspire to
home
that.
here,
Like this feels right to me.
I love grass.
So I do like to eat the grass. I wondered what it tasted like, and I tasted it, and it turns out it's great.
Turns out I like it.
Teas, sandwiches, salads, anything with the grass. I just so I'm gonna stay here, and so that's why I want
And
to
they were
relate
like,
to Kurt.
cool, see you.
See you, Kurt.
See you, Christmas.
Watch out for the Nazis.
Watch out for the Nazis, Kurt.
They're down there. You know what to do.
Yeah, Kurt's a homie for sure.
Yeah, I think that's my that's
Yeah.
my relate to.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Once you pop the show, 2 don't stop.
Nice. All right. Who started? You go for it.
I'll go first.
All right.
This is a V obvious one.
Okay.
This is like a not a cool one,
It's okay.
but it's kind of cool. So,
I'm ready.
our favorite goodbye song.
Yep. Oh god.
Guess what I chose? So hard to say goodbye.
How do I say goodbye?
Especially Gretel. Like she has like the coolest one with sunglasses on.
Gretel comes out and does one of those solos. The good times that we had.
And then is Kurt the one that does the really high note too?
Yes.
And then he does a really high note and this.
That's perfect. It's excellent. That is excellent. So I wanted to go, of course, with Gavin DeGraw's new song. To the
You're loving it, dude.
Shine like a flame
Like
of
a damn
lighters
diamond,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I could replace any song, but I decided not to go there. I also thought about I'm copping out here because I had a couple of options. I thought about Got 99 Problems, but a Bitch Ain't One for Problem with Maria. But I ultimately,
Respect.
or something about what do you do with the Problem with Maria?
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, I've decided, and it's a bit of a left field one. I decided that when Maria is teaching the the Do Re Mi song, how much more enjoyable it would be if she was teaching the kids.
There's no dancing in the house.
Yeah.
You don't know how to dance? Let me start you off with a simple one, kids.
Yes, I don't know the words, but yes, I want it to be the Macarena instead.
I want to watch that skit now.
All right, let's bring it home with our final segment. 3, 2, 1. Hashtag that. That was great.
That was good.
It was a wonderful harmony.
We nailed it.
All right, mine's obvious, but
Okay.
I wrote 4, but I had to go with this one, and I also just want to give you an example. Hashtag these are a few of my least favorite things, and mine would be the puppets from the puppet show. These are a few of my least favorite things. So
I
that's
mean,
my hashtag.
immediately what came to mind is Donald Trump, but that's
There you
pretty
go.
obvious.
Well, go ahead. We gotta get that one out of the way.
Of course, that goes without saying,
Yeah.
but Donald Trump.
Yep.
That's kind of
these
an
are a few of my least
understatement.
favorite things.
But I would also say loud chewers.
Loud chewers.
The sound of chewing drives me to murder.
I could say that I'm probably a loud chewer. I would. Yeah, like those.
There's
those,
a reason you're a
those
ghost.
cow jaws.
Oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
it's just making me mad. Just
These are
like
a few
that.
of my least
1
favorite
second
things.
of that.
Wait, no, you got to do two. So Donald Trump and cow chewers.
Yeah.
These are two of my
These
least
are
favorite
a
things.
few.
Yeah, perfect. Audience at home, tweet us. These are a
Please
few
tweet
of
us
my least favorite
at
things.
the Musipals.
Yeah, these are a few. All right, what's yours?
So, I love that you brought up Kurt
Oh yes.
because my hashtag was things Kurt also wants to put in his mouth.
A McDonald's Big Mac.
Oh, he'd love that.
He would want it so bad. He's a hungry man.
He'd love it.
McDonald's Big Mac, things that Kurt wants to put in his mouth. That's my answer. Well, and with that, let's end the show. Thank you everyone for listening, for tuning in again.
Thank you.
Hopefully you have enjoyed the last 2 episodes with these sweet microphones.
Bam.
Make sure you please tweet us and tweet us and
tweet us and tweet us.
check us
We'll
out.
have a Facebook up soon. We'll have an Instagram up soon.
We'll be on iTunes,
We'll be on
very
iTunes
soon.
very
As
soon.
soon as this launches, we'll be on iTunes.
Hell yeah.
So by the time you're listening to this, audience, we will be on iTunes.
So hopefully you're just
Fingers
listening to it
crossed.
on iTunes right now.
Boom.
And this doesn't apply to you.
Thank you for listening. Please continue to talk to us and continue to hashtag our things. All right.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Musanoob Dan here. I'm here to tell you about the clue for next week's episode. Maria lived in the Abbey. She lived with the captain and his kids. She lived in the mountains. She lived in Italy. She lived in the United States. She lived so many places. But the star of our next show, well, he only lives one place. In a citrus fruit under the water. See you next time. Bye.